Video optimized for sound.
And now on
Move the
CEVs,
mouse.
it's time to join Paul, Sarah, Sam, Johnny, and JC for the fun of Christmas.
This is the boring bit now.
What, 'cause it's got Sam in it?
Yeah.
Pretty much just Sam, yeah.
Standard.
What's Paul doing with his legs like that?
Well, Jennifer's just said so flexible. I'm like, yeah, not in real life, let me tell you.
Paul really does
Check
have a
out
cute
Sam.
elf face.
To
don't
be
you, Paul?
fair, I did do you all dirty there. I picked the stupidest faces I could find, and then for myself, I'm like, selfie.
Well, if that doesn't get you in the
Outrageous.
Christmas spirit, I don't know what will. And clearly, we're better elves behind the EV sleigh than we are dancers. Welcome, everybody, to the EV Café Christmas special. We've got a packed hour of fun, festive cheer, and a parade of industry superstars. But first, a huge thank you to our gold sponsors who make this all possible. Europcar, Iveco, the AA, and Webfleet, you keep our wheels turning.
Oh, I like it,
Like that, don't you?
JB.
You like
He's
that?
good,
Good
isn't
to see you.
he? He's good.
He is good.
And steering the sleigh today, we have the usual suspects, or should I say little elves. Sam Clark, Paul Kirby, Sarah Sloman, John Curtis, but it's clear that only John and Paul got the memo. I'm Johnny Berry, and you could say I'm Santa Claus for today. And who would be my Mrs. Claus? Well, I'll leave that one up to you to decide, but I'd choose JC.
Oh.
But before we dive into the festivities team, let's have a quick thought on 2024 and what we're looking forward to in 2025. But keep it snappy, elves. We've got 12 stars to celebrate in just a moment's time. But I'll start with Mrs. Claus. John, what
Yes,
was
darling.
your highlight for this year?
Being a Christmas elf. Do you know what? I've always wanted to be a pantomime dame. Could I do that? No. Right. My highlight for 2024 was the sense of community, that wherever we went, there were fabulous people who had great stories to tell, and they told them to us. And it was just brilliant to see people, hug them, have a chat, sometimes have difficult chats. And I think that's important. Sometimes it's necessary to share the difficult side of life as well. We can touch on that because Christmas isn't easy for everybody, but that was my special bit.
Thank you, JC. And Sarah, what was your best moment in 2024?
Oh, I am a big fan of what we do on this show, which is lift everybody up. And I really did love paying forward my Barbara Cox Woman of the Year bursary and giving the title to the wonderful Jackie Barker, which really broadened our sort of EV church, because Jackie's in a realm in the industry that hasn't quite got into the EV stuff yet. So it really felt like paying it forward did some good. Ho, ho, ho.
Paul, what stood out to you?
What stood out to me? Well, I tell you what stood out to me. The wonderful EV Cafe Village stood out to me. So the EV Cafe Village begun its on tour in 24, bright and early at Everything Electric in London. So Everything Electric, the fully charged crew, were in London for the first time. And we started out our year there. And then we bobbed from there to the commercial vehicle show. There was another one, I think, after that. Yeah, it was Harrogate for the Everything Electric in Harrogate. Then we went to Carfest, and I have to say, a little special place in my heart for Carfest. That was really super cool. But then Fleet Mobility Live and another Everything Electric. So we had quite a year on tour, and that was a buzz. But Johnny, I think you'll agree, we did actually get very specially blessed to go into the Chris Evans breakfast show as part of the sort of follow on from Carfest, and that was just quite mind blowing. But the highlight for me, genuinely, is the EV Cafe Village on tour in 24, going for live in 25. Yeah, we are. And that's super exciting. But it was great seeing people come together, the collaboration, the really lifting up each other. To John's point about the community lifting up each other. So that was the highlight for me, the EV Cafe.
And my point. But you only asked
Paul,
for one.
I have to bring this up, Paul,
Well,
because
that
you
was
brought
it.
up
One, the EV Cafe Village.
but you brought up the Chris Evans show, and I have to share the story about you, Paul, in the studio. In between the live sessions, Chris Evans turns up the music and starts dancing and interacts with us all. And for some reason, Paul decided to start singing the moment he went live. And I just couldn't contain it. It was so funny. You had to be there. You had to be there. Anyway,
It was very funny.
It was funny. Sam, I'm not going to ask you the same question because we'll only hear about the Guinness World Records you broke. So instead, I want to know what you're looking forward to in 2025.
Well, I'm looking forward to 2025. Well, I will answer
Guinness
the
World
question.
Records.
No. I was thinking actually when you asked the question to the other guys actually, and I changed my mind at the very last minute. My favorite thing about 24 is misinformation, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's getting weaker. So 23, it was we had an absolute deluge at the beginning of the year about how bad EVs were. This year, it's just the misinformation is still there, but it's getting so much easier to dismiss. So I think 2025 is going to be even better in our ability to demonstrate that EVs actually do work. So I'm almost pleased that the misinformation is slowly but surely getting dismissed that much quicker. And I think that's a positive. I think the message in the industry is changing, and more importantly, the message outside of our industry is changing. And so I hope for 2025 that theme continues, and we keep driving this mission forward.
Great answer. Thanks, Sam. For me, it was about the industry bodies coming together, whether it was lobbying for the van plan or uniting doers to form Electric Vehicles UK, kindly funded by Octopus Electric Vehicles. And so anything like that supports the transition, whether you're a fleet operator or a private user or whatever, was a bit of a highlight for me for 2024. And since it's a season of giving, let's have a little fun too with some questions. So,
Oh God.
John, you're up first.
Okay, mate, hit me.
I can't do that. I could do it digitally, maybe. Right, we need to do this perfectly so I can cut this out as a short as well. But right, here we go. If you had to lead Santa's team for a night, what's the one piece of advice you'd give the reindeer to make sure everything runs smoothly?
I tell them to work together, chaps. We've all got one direction. We need to head that way. Just follow me. It'll all be fine. Yes, there'll be a bit of chaos. Yes, I won't know what I'm doing, but just follow me. Make it look as though we know what we're doing, and we'll get away with it.
John the red-nosed reindeer. There we go. Sarah, if Santa upgraded his sleigh to electric, what clever EV payment solution would you suggest for all his charging stops around the globe?
Well, he would have to make sure all that coal doesn't go in children's stockings and doesn't go near his sleigh. And for that, I would reward him with a friends and family benefits card that gives him points back on his card every time he swipes to charge.
Thank you, Sarah. Paul, over to you. If Santa swapped his sleigh for an electric van, what model do you think he'd choose and why?
Oh gosh, that's so
brand affiliation.
hard.
Brand affiliation. Which one shall I say?
Oh dear.
Well, hang on a second. There's a myth here because he wouldn't be able to go out in his electric van because of the rain, dear.
Oh, he's good,
And
you know.
we're
We
closing the
cancelled.
show.
Good.
That's it.
Yeah.
EV Cafe's over.
Well, listen, I mean, Johnny, sorry. Johnny, he would have to, as it stands, go for the Iveco e-Daily. Now, I would say that would because it's one of our sponsors, but I will give you the technical reason why. Because it is the world record holding Iveco e-Daily because it can tow 153.6 tons of presents. And that's why they would tow it all around the world because he's got a lot of presents to give away and he'll not be able to tow, just a little bit, which some of the other electric vans can. Some can even go up to maybe 3 tons, but the Iveco, world record holding, 153 tons. That is just about enough to get all the presents on.
Just about enough.
I don't say this
Legit
often, but that's a
Sam's
cracking
hair
answer.
product
Well
as
done, Paul.
A
Thank
cracking
you.
answer.
Thank
Cracking
you.
answer.
And
On the
finally for you,
downside,
Sam.
on the downside, mate, they've got 91 million miles to travel to deliver all the presents. That's what Santa does every year.
How many
There you
charging
go.
stops is that, John?
That's
You
a
can come
lot.
back to me on that if you like.
That's a lot. But definitely use
Hope it's
your
got
charge
battery
pass
thermal
from
management.
All-Star.
So I've just got to say this. Nick Gerald said, toe, 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 as in ho, ho, ho. Yeah, anyway, there we go. Very good, Nick. Well done.
Oh, maybe
we
Nick's
got
just
it.
got
We got
3
it, Paul.
toes.
Well, we
Yeah,
understood
we got
that.
it, Paul. We understood it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sam, finally over to you. If Santa's sleigh, especially a long one with a trailer full of gifts, needed a quick charge on Christmas Eve or many quick charges, where would you recommend he stops for the best charging experience?
Oh, where would he stop? I would suggest Stevenage Electric Forecourt. He can land beautifully on the solar canopies and then plug in his sleigh and charge on a 360 or many 360 kilowatt chargers there. So that would be the perfect location to stop and charge in the middle of the country before heading off and delivering all the presents.
In
And
fairness,
other
it's
charge
the
point
best.
operators do exist.
It's the best thing about
No, they don't.
Stevenage.
Yeah. I mean, to be
Delivering
fair,
coal
it is
for
worth
everybody.
it is worth calling it out as a particular highlight in Stevenage. There isn't a lot going on there.
But thanks for that, guys. A bit of fun. But now it's time for the main event, the 12 guests of Christmas. These incredible guests were voted for by you, our amazing EV Cafe audience. Each one has just 2 minutes to share perhaps a fun fact about themselves, their festive plans, or what excites them about the EV world. But, and I'm talking to you, special guests, when you hear Sarah's jingle bells, that means time's up and it's on to the next guest. I quite frankly don't know how we're going to get through 12 guests, but we're going to give it a go.
It's maths, Johnny. It's just maths. If they stick
it?
to the 2 minutes, quick changeover.
Maths is not my
get
strong
off.
point.
Yeah. We should be fine.
Right. So, first up, are you doing the intro, Sam, or do you want me?
God, no.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we need them quick.
All right. Okay. So, first up, keeping us plugged in and powered up, it's Alec Peachy from Transport and Energy.
Amazing.
Right. That's up to me to bring him online. So, if we can
Oh,
say hello
gosh,
to.
I can see why it's
Oh,
going
this
to be
is
difficult.
why.
Yeah, this is why I wanted Sam to do the intro so I could get on with promoting them. But I have promoted him, just waiting for him to come online.
Here
Hello,
he
Alex.
Come on,
comes.
Alec.
There he is.
Your time's running out, mate.
Come on, that time's already ticking.
Stuart Humphreys
Tick,
has told a
tick,
great
tick.
joke. Why did Santa go electric for his sleigh? Because the running costs were too dear.
Oh,
Oh,
here he
that's
is.
good. There he is.
There he is.
Hello all, Merry Christmas. How are we all
Hello,
doing?
geezer. And you.
Very
Happy
good, very good.
Christmas.
You got 1 minute 58 seconds, Mr. Peachy. Crack on.
Oh, no pressure. Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for recognising me as one of your EV superheroes. Very honoured amongst the great and good of others in the industry. So I really appreciate that. I think for us, obviously, 2024 has really been all about collaboration and communication from the perspective of obviously what we're trying to do with transport and energy, unite the sectors, bring the stakeholders together, much like you guys. Obviously, we do that through consistency of providing news and information to the industries, trying to combat some of this misinformation that Sam's already mentioned. I think he's right. I think it is getting that little bit weaker, but it's only getting weaker because of the collective efforts of people in the industry and the various media brands that are continuing to combat that. And I think we've still got to do that. So that's all very good news. Obviously, a real highlight for us this year was our third Transport and Energy Forum, which we delivered last month, and we brought together over 200 delegates for that event, and indeed our awards in the evening, which we were really pleased with. Particularly recognising that excellence across both sectors with the 10 categories that we had. And during the day, it was very much an interactive conference. We had things like an Oxford debate. We had a conversations with council session where we had, multiple roundtable conversations taking place. We, of course, fully fund those council places, which I think is a very important thing that we do, and we give back to the industry to try and get that balance of both the public and private sector together. Because ultimately councils just don't have the budgets normally, unfortunately, to attend these events. But it's very important that they do, and that they're given that opportunity to come along and learn, from different people in the industry, and not just necessarily their own peers that are working for other authorities, the wider groups as well.
You're
That's it.
I'm out of time. There we go.
Yeah, but thank you.
What a brilliant job.
Well said.
Before you go,
Yeah.
is that a Christmas jumper?
It is, yeah.
It
We
is.
need to see.
There he
Okay.
is.
That's acceptable. Right,
That is
Johnny, on to the next. Let's
excellent.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
The
the
go.
coolest
next
sound.
one.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Alec. Great
Alec.
job,
Well,
mate.
thank you.
See you, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
For a picture.
See you, mate.
We'll get a picture of everyone online later.
Yeah.
Next is Linda Grave, but with a special video message.
Yes.
So roll the tape, JC.
I'm on it.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, he is.
Thank you for nominating me, Linda Gray from EV Driver, as one of the superheroes of the EV Cafe. I don't deserve it. I really don't, because I really haven't done a lot this year. Guess what? I'm going to do even less next year. I'm retiring.
What?
Well, transitioning. But what I did do was EV Experience Day, EVEX 2024 at Trinity Park. In April last year, and this year I'm doing it again in July. July the 9th, Trinity Park. It's a customer facing event. I need support, I need OEMs, I need vehicles. So I will be in touch, but I really want to thank you all so much for everything you do on the EV Cafe, everyone involved, and I looked back on photos from back in 2021, lockdown, when you really got it going. We relied on you immensely over the past. To all the superheroes, Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Love it.
Isn't
Hey,
she fab?
lovely, Linda.
If you're
what a
listening,
great
Linda, you're a
picture to end.
superstar. Bringing
Oh.
us the green vibes, it's Colin Boyton from Greenfleet.
Oh my
Colin,
God, Colin, hi.
hello.
Why is Alex so massive on the screen still? He is massive, but doesn't need
He
to be
is
on the screen.
huge in the
He's
industry.
huge in the industry.
Where are you, Colin?
I'm
Do we need
trying.
to demote
I could hear him.
Alec?
Oh, possibly.
So you
yeah.
can hear me, but you can't see me, no?
Probably.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I can
because we
see.
can't see you because
There
It's all right. I
he
haven't started the
is.
clock.
Hey, up.
Hello, geezer. How are you?
I'm all right. I can't believe you brought me on before the watershed.
There you go.
Look at you. You look fantastic. Okay, I'm starting your festive timer. Go.
Okie dokie. Highlights for me this year, work-wise, got to be EV Rally, first and foremost, biggest and best that we've ever done. And a massive thank you to both John and Sarah for being the media crews, but also Sam, that incredible feat of yours doing the whole thing on two wheels, mate. Even if I did have to pull over and assist you into your baby romper on the side of the road in the peeing rain and whatever else. But yeah, great achievement, mate. Fantastic. Also, 20th anniversary of our Greenfleet Awards, which was a couple of weeks ago. Huge achievement for us as a brand. And yeah, obviously next year it's our 21st birthday. So how long can we chain this one out for? But I think for me, the biggest highlight work-wise, I think, is the team. Obviously, I've got the logistics crews that work in the background of the rallies first and foremost, but also here in the office. Ursula on the partnership side, Mel on the socials, on the marketing. But I think mostly Holly H, the knitting together of the stuff that we do, especially something so complex like the rally. She's come on leaps and bounds. It's been absolutely brilliant and a pleasure to work with all of them. Personal level, if you'd have asked me this on Friday, I'd have said Thursday was my highlight of the year on a personal basis because I celebrate 1 year with my new partner Leanne. which is tomorrow. But I think currently it's got to be the 19th of June. 20 years, clean and sober. That's me, and that's my life now. So yeah, very, very proud. Next year, my highlights will be hopefully the ICE EV rally, but also we're going into Europe. So watch this space, folks. It's going to be an interesting year. And again, just a massive thank you to everybody. I'm really embarrassed and humbled to be here. I don't deserve it, but huge thanks to John and Sarah for helping us bring the rally to life. Been absolutely incredible. Thanks for all your help and your support.
Oh, we
Cheers,
love
all.
you. Well done, Colin.
Thanks for having
Legend,
us.
Thank
Colin.
you.
And
Timed that perfectly as
Let's
well.
see the nose.
Oh,
There's the
yay.
nose.
That was enough to get him taken off.
Thanks, Cole.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're only 4 in. This is going to be long. Up next is the man with all the musings on EV, Gary Comerford from
Gary.
Gary, hello. Welcome to the EV Cafe again.
Oh, hello, hello. Oh, I'm just
There
up
he
on
is.
this side. It looks a lot different looking at you in there, doesn't it? Interesting. Has my 2 minutes started?
Yes.
3 minutes
It
ago.
has
1.5
now.
minutes
Thank
ago.
you. No, it's all good. Go.
Thank you for the nomination. Very flattered to be on the list. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm all here for the education. I mean, I've got 240 episodes of a podcast devoted to just that. So, highlights this year, I got to write, record, and release 40 episodes with such luminaries as Colin Walker from ECIU, Liz Allen, who's on the call today, James Court, EVA England, Jack Scarlett, the legend that is Dr. Ewan McTurk, Julie Ramsey from Pole to Pole. Everybody speaks to Chris. I wanted to get Julie on the chat, so we did it. Matt Adams from REA. I had 2 of the newer charge point operators, BEV and Smart Charge. I also talked about battery fires, EV tyres, the EV scene in Australia and the US, and I finally got to talk with the payments with the EV legend that is Sarah Sloman.
Oh.
But more than that, there were a couple of things that, a little boy like me from Yorkshire got to do. I went to the Houses of Parliament for the first time for the launch of the EVA England Manifesto for Drivers. I interviewed the Transport Decarbonisation Minister at the time, Anthony Brown. I got to go inside a proper wind turbine, the one at Checkley Wood, run by our friends AW Renewables. Fun fact, turbines are incredibly noisy inside and incredibly quiet outside. I also got to dispel the myth that you can't do a long distance EV journey by taking my vehicle and 14 others down to Geneva. The only 2 vehicles that had problems were Nissan Leaf because of Rapid Gate and the Volta truck, which couldn't actually find any bays that would allow it to actually charge. So, still a bit to do, but I'm comfortable that long distance journeys for the most are okay. Got to help a couple of people on the call with some of their work that they were doing. Sarah, I helped with the pay-through payments white paper and gave a little bit of feedback to Liz Allen for her Full Circle CI white paper. Fabulous documents, both of them. Got to attend loads and loads of seminars and exhibitions.
Time is
Sorry, Gary.
up.
It's the time. You
But
got
Mike
bells,
O'Neill.
I'm afraid.
Mike O'Neill says my favourite EV geek, Gary
And mine
Comerford.
too.
Yeah, well done, Gary. Keep up the good work.
Oh.
Awesome.
Great job,
Have a
Gary.
good-
Thanks
see
for
the jumper.
coming.
See the jumper. Have you got a jumper?
Well, I've
Sort of.
but I've
EV
got
expert.
EV expert.
Good
That's
work.
red.
there you go.
It's so
Bye,
ironic.
Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
It's ironic that for all Gary's
Sorry
wonderful
about that.
skills.
Thank you. Glad brutal
That's it.
that was, Sarah.
Johnny was just
know.
saying it.
I
It's
know, I
ironic.
told you.
Gotta be,
Gary's
gotta
wonderful
be.
skills, timekeeping isn't one of them.
I'm glad it's you, Sarah. Driving change and making waves. It's Michelle from
Michelle
Private Electric.
Buffett.
Come on
Hello,
down.
Michelle.
Shane
Oh.
Rees says that is the best EV podcast. Well, it's very good.
Rude.
Hey, podcasts are available.
Yes. Hi, Michelle.
Right. Go,
There we
go.
go. Brutality is away.
Okay, so thank you everyone, and thanks for the nomination. It's great to join you on the call for a change, and sort of just sending in my little messages to everyone. So highlights of 2024. We started in 2024 with 2,000 members in our Facebook community. That is now on the verge of 4,000, so doubled in the 12 months. So we're
Well done.
really pleased with that. we were featured in places like Express magazine. We got mentioned in Muddy Stilettos. ZapMap kindly mentioned us on their website as a great place for women to find out about electric cars. And the big one was Hello magazine. So thank you for that, Pod Point. Shows wise, we were at all three Everything Electric this year, so it was great to see you guys there too. We were invited to attend and contribute on panels, which was really exciting. And we also attended the British Motor Show, which isn't a typical EV echo chamber space. So yeah, lots of petrol heads, lots of smoke, and yeah, not the ideal setting for EV conversations, but actually it is, because they are the drivers that are going to be reaching into EV world very soon. So yeah, we was really happy about that. And we also had been invited as part of the Driven Women campaign. As you probably know, my background is automotive, so shining the light on women in automotive, women in EV, and women that drive electric in general is kind of what we do. Massive big part of our journey in 2024 was the EV rally. Yay! Yeah, so in our very loud pink Tesla, yeah, I think everyone heard us coming. So that was really great to be part of the Green Fleet rally for this year. And we did a little soft launch towards the end of the year, obviously, for our new website. So we're looking to fill that with as many stories from women who drive electric in industry, ordinary drivers. So please speak to us if you're interested in contributing.
We love you, Michelle. We will.
Thank
Put
you.
the link in the chat. Congratulations.
Will do. Yes.
Thanks, Michelle. Great
Let's
job.
do the jumper.
Superstar.
Hooray!
Good work.
Thank you,
Good
Michelle.
work.
Thank you. Next up is the heart and soul of the EV Cafe. It's our very own Caroline Kirby.
Wow! Come on.
Stand by your beds, Paul.
Just like
I
that.
know, right?
Yeah.
Who
Now
she
we
is?
Now we're going to see how it's done.
Yeah. Well, contrary to others, I think we all know why I'm here and why I deserve to be here. It is being Mrs. Kirby, being married to that one over there. So yeah, I'm going to take this place.
You've got to have some
But
benefit.
seriously, yeah. Yeah, I thank you for being nominated. I really do believe in team, and you know, we can't all be in the limelight. You know, some of us have got to be in the background. Some of us want to be in the background, but I guess we all do like to be valued. And so thank you, EV Cafe, because you're really great at doing that. So many highlights. I have to say, just watching the success of Chris and Julie Ramsey has been a real highlight for me. I've loved having a few conversations with them about their journey, because I feel that they encapsulate what we're doing and why we're doing it, breaking the boundaries, adventuring. Like, no one can tell me an EV can't do it, because I always just say, well, my friends have gone pole to pole and they have done it in ice and snow and every other condition going. So that was brilliant. Car Fest, love that, because Paul and I were sitting in the car in 2023 listening to Chris Evans, and it was kind of like he was talking about Car Fest, and we said, that's where we need to be. That's where we need to sort of get out of this echo chamber. That's who we need to go and talk to. And then a conversation led to a conversation, and then their EV Cafe were at a Car Fest. It was a brilliant thing. I think we're just going to grow and grow on that. Everyone who attended enjoyed it, so encourage others to get involved with that. It's a great place to be. Loved Everything Electric. Love working with those guys. Big shout out to Jo, amazing woman. She is so positive. Fun memory from that was the opportunity to go and be a cook, and then throw my plate of glorious food onto the floor. Provided a few laughs. Anyway, that was that. Green Fleet A to Z rally, amazing. Oh, there's my timer. I'm only halfway through, but I have to shout out to Helen, because she is my voice of sanity. So Helen Parker, we share this title. I couldn't have done this year without you.
Oh, well
done.
done, Caroline.
I only got through half of it.
No, that's good. You're spot on time. You're top of the class. Well done. That's
Thanks.
absolutely gorgeous. Are you Christmas jumper or just tinsel?
Well, ziggy zaggy, and then a bit of tinsel and a bit of holly.
That's
And a Christmas
acceptable.
tree. Well
That's
done.
acceptable.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Caroline.
you. Thank you, guys.
Liz,
Bringing
Allen
us
in the house.
Full circle with her energy and passion. It's Liz Allen. Hello, Liz.
Hi.
Oh, I hit myself on the head then. That's great, isn't it? I was gonna...
You're away. You're away.
Right, I know we're on the 2 minutes. I was going to share screen, but I'm not going to do now. So
Don't do
anyway,
it.
right. I would like to say thank you to for just you just are all absolutely amazing. So thank you all of the people who've nominated me and just allowing me to be here. I hope you like the jumper and the hat, by the way.
Love it.
I was going to tell you a festive story, but if I get a chance, I'll tell you that later. I want to say thank you to Michelle and George for allowing me to be part of the EV rally team for Women Drive Electric. Oh my God. It was the most enjoyable, tiring, exhilarating, just ridiculous experience, but just fantastic. So I want to say thanks to them. You can see I've got notes here. Second thing, I totally fangirled over interviewing Robert Llewellyn this year. Oh my God, that was just mental. I can't even tell you how much I've admired him for so long as a fan of Red Dwarf and also what he's doing. So that was the biggest thing. Interviewing, I'm going to say Julie and Chris Ramsey, as said earlier, interviewing them was fantastic as well. And there's been some brilliant people on the podcast this year. As you know, running podcasts are so rewarding and it's just brilliant. We've actually released a diagnostic this year for charge point operators called Charge Up Your Success. That's starting to make waves, and I can't even tell you how excited that makes me feel. So next year, 2025, just watch this space. Gary mentioned the white paper. In fact, Gary was involved in helping me get the diagnostic up and running. So thank you, Gary. But the white paper, I can't even tell you how long it took me. It was mental. It took months. And yes, it's not a short piece of paper. You know, it's not your 5 pages. It's a lot. So thank you to those of you who read it. And yeah, again, next year, just watch out. This year, a couple of months ago, and I'm going to have to show you this photo because
you better show me quick because Scrooge is in town.
We went fossil fuel free in our house.
Way, well done. Look at that. Activate smug mode. You're a legend, Liz. I love your jumper and we love your podcast. It's got the most funky little beat at the start that lives rent free in my head most days. Off you get. We love you. Go and lap up the lovely comments.
Happy Christmas.
Next.
Thank you. You really are Scrooge, Sarah.
I am. In disguise.
Claire Miller from Telegen couldn't join us live, but she's here in spirit and a video message. So let's see what Claire has to share. Over to you, JC.
Okay, now this is in portrait mode, so I apologise.
Hi everyone, I'm Claire Miller. Thank you so much for voting me one of your 12 superstars of Christmas. I feel very honoured to be selected. I want to give a huge shout out to all of you working in whatever capacity in EVs and energy, moving this decarbonisation journey forward and hastening the electrification of transport. I want to give a big shout out to Electric Green, wireless, bidirectional charging, Tool, looking at extra charging where there's no grid connections or difficult to charge places. There's Clearwatt working with second-hand EVs, and then there's Fuse, the EV charging back-end platform. Also, Motability Operations, who I spend a lot of time working with. There are so many amazing things happening in that business to help everybody go electric. And if they can make it work for their customers, then they can make it work for anybody. Looking forward, I was asked, what's my one thing I'm looking forward to next year, or what are the innovations coming? And I thought, well, instead of telling you, I would show you. So happy Christmas, everybody. Thank you again for picking me. And here's to a very happy and innovative 2025.
Now, Claire provided a second video, but I haven't got it queued up, and it was to do with V2X. So she had Christmas lights running from her car, which I can queue up if we have time. But in the interests of maybe finishing at 1 o'clock, shall we leave that? And if we can fit it in, get it later?
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Well done,
All right.
Claire.
Next up, from the world of motor magic, it's Suki Shung from SMMT. So allow me. Let me promote.
V2Xmas. Martin, well done.
V2Xmas. There's some
So
good
gutted I
lines in
didn't
there.
Oh
today.
man, you guys are on
There's
it
some
today.
crackers.
Great.
Oh,
There she is.
Hello.
quite ready, and forgive me, it's not a Christmas jumper, it's more like a jumper that you'd probably wear at Christmas, and I'm going with that. I'm not quite sure what I did to get here. I thought I was just kind of doing my job, but thank you anyway. I really do appreciate it. It's been a bit more bonkers than normal at the SMMT this year. I think everyone will agree there's been a lot going on, but my work has been very much in the heavy space. So I kind of went heavy at the beginning of the year with 2 position papers, one on HGVs and one on buses, and then I was rudely interrupted by a general election. So then that kind of slowed things down a little bit, but I think some of the things that we don't talk about so much are internal focus. So I also lead on our internal environmental work. So we had our ISO 14001 recertification, and now I'm prepping to set a science-based target. Also wrote our diversity, equity and inclusion strategy progress report. We are 50% male, 48% female and 2% prefer not to say. So it is a pretty cool place to work at the SMMT, I have to say. Good things about this year, even if we don't agree on them, there's a lot of talk, and I think it's really important to continue that conversation. There's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of misinterpreted information, and data is everything, I would say, but let's just continue to respectfully have those conversations. And then today I got my pay rise confirmed, so, you know, it's pretty good. Next year, there will be more bus work, more chat about are we meeting self-mandate or not. We won't know next year, but we'll know in 2026. So just, you know, let's not worry about that too much. But I think the biggest thing about next year, and I hope it's everybody else's highlight, is I turn 50. So I'll probably be drunk for a year. And yes, big 50, right in the beginning of the year, July the 1st. Yeah, so I'll be extra annoying next year, and I won't apologise for it at all.
A date for the diary. We'll look forward to it. Well done, Suki.
I just love Suki's hat.
Coming.
Yeah, the hair. I've got one too. It's a Christmas tree. Congratulations, Suki. Thank you so much. See you later for the chat.
Thank you. Cheers. Navigating the fleet world with style, it's Richard Parker from Webfleet, everybody.
The second best Parker in their house.
Started screen sharing. This could be risky. Ooh.
Doing stuff.
He's on mute though, Richard. I don't know if you know that.
How about that?
There he is.
There we go. Right. Hey.
Gorgeous.
Cool. Right. I have now got imposter syndrome after those first superstars, but no doubt we'll continue to grow after. But reiterate what everybody has said. Thank you so much for putting me on this list. It really does mean a lot. So I just wanted to sort of like think about this year as like doing stuff. Actually, you know, it's one of Sam's biggies is actually doing things and making things happen. So my highlights were it's not moving. There we go. My highlights. Right. First thing, doing stuff. We launched this earlier than everybody. We talked about it. And there's a lot of names on here, a lot of them relevant to Europe. Why I'm sort of chuffed is we did some stuff with UK companies around the EV Cafe network as well. Some familiar names in Dynamon and Power. And you know what's really great? Now those things are done, we're actually joining the conversation. So when we talk about collaboration, we are working both and introducing names and businesses to each other and helping them with that transition in a way that we haven't done before. So that is a massive thing and we'll continue to do next year. Personal success for this year was being involved in this. So Sam stayed away from mentioning it, but I'm going to mention it. It was phenomenal, and you know, and Sass was involved as well, and that sat in the background. Just the sheer amount of work that went into doing it, and everything else was fantastic. Why is it really important to me? Actually, we took so much from what we did in that event that we are developing to help others next year in terms of getting EVs to work for them and making sure they deliver for businesses and everything else. So that worked. There was also missed it. Right,
Great animation.
It was a peacock. It was a peacock.
It totally wasn't.
Poor imitation of like graphics, but there we go. It's the best Josh could manage in short notice from me. Right, the last one. Right, this is just a collection of photos, but it was reflecting on how many things we'd done this year and how we've reached out, you know, and beyond the church, as we call it, you know, because that's been my strategy for this year: is how do we get past people that we always see. Oh, I'm here in a
mate.
reseller now.
I'm so
Cool.
sorry.
Thank you. All right.
We love you, Richard. Thank you.
Jumper.
Thank you.
Whee!
Great job, Christmas jumper. Yay!
Yeah, look at that. That's
Get
so
my
good.
glasses while you're there. Anyway.
I'm not there. I'm a
Brutal.
reseller.
Amazing.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Richard. Bringing tentacles of joy in the EV world. It's Fiona Hower from Octopus Electric Vehicles. Hi,
Look at
Fiona.
that.
Hi, EV Cafe. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Fabulous.
You out.
Do you like it? I've got even some
do.
tartan. I don't know if you can hear it. A nod to the Scottish roots as well. We've got some Constantines
Aw.
on the tree. But I am delighted to be back here at the EV Cafe, my absolute favourite podcast that I've ever recorded of all time. So thank you to you guys.
Amazing.
I've been like, what a year in EV and what a year is coming. But we have had so many EVs hitting the road. As you all know, the competition is so hot in terms of the amazing cars and vehicles we've got available. Charge point companies are rolling out charge points at pace. It's just super exciting. The ZEV mandate is working. Yes. And of course, the industry is mobilizing to get amazing information out there. I heard it earlier, Johnny, you're shouting out EV UK, Dan Caesar pulling that together, Ben Kilby pushing out great news from, experts with great data to make sure that the journalists and press coverage is on point. And people like Tom and Toby from the BVR Relay doing amazing work with, the government helping them understand the value of fleet. James Court, when he was at EVA England, giving voice to EV drivers as well. So as I think through to next year, we need to amplify you guys at EV Cafe. We need to amplify EV drivers. The truth of it is that when people get in EVs, they love them. I'm trying not to swear. But they just bloody love them. And so we need to get more people into EVs, and we need every EV driver to amplify their own love of EVs and share that love, share the EV cheer. So we are proposing the Great British Test Drive. 1st of February next year, we want every EV driver to take as many people as possible for test drives all around the country. We want dealers to do it. We want, leasing companies to do it. We want rental companies to do it. Uber should just give free test drives in all their EVs. They've got so many EVs. Like 1 in 2 people have their first EV experience in an Uber. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So 1st of February, we're going to coordinate a bit of this. If you want to get involved, we'll octopusev.com/GB test drive. But we want to but just amplify it. Spread the EV
We'll
cheer.
do it.
Caroline,
We will do that.
people in the background, you rock. You're my heroes.
You rock.
Thank you
You're
so
our
much,
hero.
Fiona.
We'll
Don't worry
do
about
that
swearing.
February.
We've got John
Done.
Curtis for that.
Yay. Well done. Bye.
Brilliant
Thank
stuff.
you.
Good job.
Come back later.
Good job. How many have we got left?
10 more. No. We've got one more.
No.
Oh, one
And
more.
then
We're
it's
doing a great
time.
job.
One more.
Yeah, and then we got our
one more.
15-minute chat. You see, it's all in the system, Sam.
all
Well, we
working.
are actually
All
behind time, but we still will
Time.
have some time for a quick chat, and hopefully some of the guests can come back on for that.
Johnny,
finally,
sorry,
we have.
mate. Can you do the practicalities for because my mouse has stopped working for some reason. So can you unpin Fiona? And I'm sorry, I've been doing it all the time, but I can't do it. I don't know why.
Need Santa's little helper.
There he is.
Right. So we have got Warren Phillips from the EVA. I was expecting a video message, but you're here in person. That's
Even
quite
I'm here in
live.
person.
Yeah.
Live, unfortunately live, yes.
And he's the only guy I bump into randomly in Brighton every now and then.
Yes. Usually because I'm waiting for my daughter who's doing something more important than to be near me. So, yeah, I have to be away, close enough to be there, but far enough away to not actually embarrass her. So, good afternoon, guys. I'm not convinced I deserve to be here. Thank you so much. Whoever nominated me, you are mad, and thank you. Thank you to the EVA England teams, because Sandra does so much hard work for us, our members, the many people in organisations that support what we do, and a few of you are here today, and it's really, really appreciated, and I appreciate you massively. Quick highlights on 24. We launched our EVA England manifesto, which we mentioned before. Fiona was there, Gary was there, some other people were there. It was crazy. Yeah, thank you. Fairer charging costs, liberating charging provision, lowering insurance premiums, enforcing 3 standards, democratising EV uptake. We want to make it fair for everybody to have an EV and be with an EV. We all know how good it is. It's time that this was mainstream, right? Controversial in this crowd, possibly. Highlight the year. Charging regulations coming into force. So 99% availability rate and open data requirement. It's going to be huge. Hopefully, we'll see how data matures and how the regulations are enforced. So there's some work to do there. My personal highlight of the year was getting to drive the Ioniq 5N. This is about as close as I'm going to get to the thing because it's so expensive. But the thing's amazing. I got to track it around Goodwood. I got to drive it around Oxfordshire and play with it. It's brilliant. Incredible driving performance. I know the fake gears and sounds annoy people, but I loved it and I really want one, but my wife has said no. Anyway, 2025, we're launching our MP Outreach tool, so hopefully that'll go live. It's got some clever machine learning stuff behind it. Talk to your local MP on EV issues. We have more member engagement stuff planned, in-person AGM. We want to connect with our members more, so hopefully do more shows and more bits and pieces. The big news for us is our new CEO is starting early 2025. James Court has left and gone to Octopus Electric Vehicles. James, we miss you, but we have a new, bigger and better CEO starting soon. So that's about as much as I can tease you with it. And thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh my God, look at that. You are so on time. That is wild.
I'm used to this.
This is his first rodeo, is it?
Yes!
This is my jolly face.
Very good.
I'm not a Christmas person, really, so this is appropriate for me.
Well done, buddy.
You can
Nice
shut up,
work,
alarm.
nice work.
Did we get them all in?
Yeah, we got them all in. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Well done all.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Sam's privately messaged me saying that I look like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. So straight after this, I am going to have a little beard
Johnny,
trim.
you missed the reference. So when everyone was on, we were all in a string at the top, and your camera is that much further down that you look like a little elf compared to the rest of us.
We'll have to change that, I think.
Yeah, camera adjustment.
So we've heard from our 12 fantastic guests, and before we wrap up, we do have quite a bit of time actually for questions or festive stories from the audience. So if you do want to chat to us, please raise your virtual hand. We'll do our best. But if you were one of the special guests and want to come back on a group photo, can you also raise your hand and I'll promote you onto the screen. So thank you very much.
I'm ready with the snipping tool. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Do we have any questions in the Q&A tab?
Of course we do. Ian Thompson has been really, really busy. Good man. Rate your mince pies. Who makes the best mince pies? Brilliant question. Do you know what? For me, it's not Marks and Spencer. I'm a bit dirty. I'll go a Tesco mince pie every day.
Aldi. Aldi all the way.
Paul, how many do you eat at Christmas?
I have one, but they just don't serve me well. So I haven't. Maybe Liz can identify a good gluten-free one. We need gluten-free ones because I do like a mince pie, but yeah.
And presumably,
like
Sam, somebody brings yours on a salver, do they?
Me.
My lord.
Yeah.
I did literally serve it on a gold platter when you came round the other day.
You
That
did.
did
You did. It's a true story. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Bailey's cream, if I remember.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Is that it, Colin and Richard need to come on camera, or is that just something that's not working properly?
No, I'm just asking them.
There we go.
Well
We got Richard. We got everybody.
Anybody else?
Johnny had stopped it, so I wasn't allowed. Wise move, Johnny. Wise move.
He's got a face for radio anyway.
Lovely.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a thing of beauty.
I'm just waiting for Fiona and Michelle to accept.
I think Fiona's on.
Fiona's
There she
here.
is.
Michelle's
she's
here.
there.
Oh no! I've already.
Michelle's gone very
hang on a minute.
sparkly.
Yeah.
Oh, clever.
She's got bells that you can hear as well.
And sparkles.
So,
How do I
quick
do
question
that?
then: what's the favourite Christmas movie? I'll go round. Shall I?
Yes.
Liz, you had your hands up. Go.
Oh, it's got to be the Muppet Christmas Carol. Sarah knows I was talking about this last week. It's my favourite film. I love it.
Gary, what about you? You look like a Die-Hard fan.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Die Hard. This movie.
Is that right? I got it right. Alec, I reckon you're Elf.
No, it could be Home Alone, isn't it? The original.
Oh, see, I'm with Alex.
With the animals.
Can someone help Suki, please?
What about you, Fiona?
I'm with Alec all the way. Home Alone. Yeah. All that mischief.
It's just too much fun, isn't it?
I think Home Alone's winning. Caroline?
That Christmas Vacation one with Chevy Chase in it just makes me laugh.
Oh, that's
National
good too.
Lampoons.
Shows me age,
Mhm.
but makes me laugh.
What about you, Warren?
I have two. Die Hard, obviously, but Love Actually.
You've got to choose one.
Love Actually. Love
Love
Actually.
Actually.
Because
You big softy, Warren.
That was
I
easy.
personally like to see those two movies combined.
Michelle?
Home Alone all the way. Got to be the first
We
one.
got three on Home Alone. And then
You got
finally
4.
Colin
You
and
got me
Richard.
as well.
Me, Miracle on 34th Street.
That's good.
And Richard?
Yeah.
Nativity. I quite like Nativity.
Gremlins.
And Evie Cafe team. What's our favourite?
Elf, obviously. I pretty much know every word.
Home
See,
Alone.
I'm a big
I'm Home
Polar
Alone.
Express.
No.
And that's
It's a bit
Burton stuff. I
highbrow,
know
that one, isn't it? It's a bit highbrow.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. It's Home Alone, I'm afraid. It's just Christmas all day long. The first one, mainly, is the best one.
What about favourite Christmas song? We're running out of questions here, aren't
Driving
I?
home for Christmas.
Oh,
That's
Suki, we
mine.
forgot you. What's your favourite Christmas movie?
I also like Scrooge, the Albert Finney one. I know a few people in the chat said that, but also a fan of Polar Express. I'm with you, John. Sorry you all don't understand it, but you know.
That's your problem, exactly.
And if you're still watching, then please do put it in your chat box, your favourite movie, and we'll have a little look to see if there's any others. What about Christmas songs then?
I'm all for a rousing chorus of "Oh Come All Ye Faithful."
Should we do it?
No, absolutely not.
Terrible
And that's what we've got time
Terrible
for.
Right, 3.
What is a terrible choice?
Right, you lead the way. You lead the way.
Go on
Paul.
then.
Oh, this is going to be painful, but I'm going to go for it. You know that, right?
You're on your own now,
Oh,
mate.
come all ye faithful,
Somebody mute him quick.
joyful and
Thank God I can use mute button for that. I have all the power, Paul.
Now then,
We just
JB,
lost 10 participants.
Yes.
I need to
That's why.
understand
We're also
what is
cancelled.
going on with your jacket, my friend. This wearing it over the shoulders like a
two
mafia
broken
boss.
arms.
You know what?
What's
I bought
that?
this about 3-4 years ago, and my body shape has changed.
Bit
since
chunky,
then.
it's chunky.
I think
gonna split
Sarah
the
needs
back
to
of
get
it
the
now.
snipping tool at the ready, and we all need to
I'm
put
on
our stupidest faces ready for.
No
a
way,
quick
I'm
post
not
to celebrate.
ready.
Can
You
I
have to
can I just
wait.
say, Johnny, I love the fact you said my body shape has changed. You got fat.
I got fat. Yeah, all right, all right.
That's fine. You know, that's fine. We're not shaming anybody here. That's good. As the fattest person who's been on the Evie Cafe ever, I've got to say, you know, it's no issue for me. But whilst we're talking about this sort of thing, Christmas is not easy for everybody.
That's true.
And it is important that we do look out for those who are a little less fortunate than ourselves, who might be going through a tough time. And there are people in our industry who regularly pop up and say, do you know what? I'm having a tough day. So I won't labour the point. If you need Samaritans, the number is 116. I'll find the number in a second. But it's really, really key that you reach out to whoever can provide you with support. You are not alone. And Christmas is just any other day. One foot in front of the other. Look at the horizon. Keep smiling. If you need somebody, reach out. We're always here. Nice.
116 123, John.
Thanks, buddy. 116 123.
Can I add super quickly to that as well? I think there are people on the screen and people that I've spoken to and others that have had a pretty rubbish year for one reason or another. And I think testament to them, they've got through amazing work regardless, and powered on. And maybe just to flag Ben, which is the automotive charity. So if you're working in the automotive sector, there is a charity. If you need help, go to them, ask for anything and everything. And everybody does kind of pull through and we do try to help one another.
No shame.
There's a number for Ben if you want that. It's 0808 1311 333. So that number again is 0808 1311 333 for Ben. They will help.
And
In
of
the
course,
chat.
if you're all part of the community, the Evie Cafe and so on, we've got our WhatsApp groups. You can DM us. We respond as quickly as we can, but you are never, ever alone.
Indeed.
Sarah, did we get that screenshot?
But
or do we
Well,
need
you
do
said
that
to
before it's
wait
too
for
late?
the little silly faces. Is that what you
Yeah.
want?
Right.
Okay,
On
silly
3,
faces.
2, 1, everybody. It's the silliest face you can pull for Christmas.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Paul, you don't need to try
I
hard.
hope I don't miss it.
Just do your normal
I'll
face,
just wear the
Paul.
one I've got.
Okay, ready? You didn't actually say 3, 2,
Fiona's
1.
hiding.
This is recorded anyway, so.
Thank goodness.
Oh yeah, it is recorded.
3,
anyway.
2, 1.
No, I'm not doing it. I think
Hang
maybe I
on.
should do the 3, 2, 1. I mean, seriously.
I'll put it on the
Changes, I'm gonna stay
recording.
like this.
Somebody get him
Okay,
tech
3,
support.
2, 1.
Yay!
I got you. I got you.
Okay, so we need
Richard.
the best Christmas cracker jokes.
Yeah, I've got
The
one.
best one is Richard's face. I'll show you later. It's brilliant.
What?
Harsh?
Normally, or the one I was just pulling.
You just
Normal.
thought it was amazing.
Normal.
Oh,
Normal.
dear. So good.
Go on.
Christmas
How much
cracker
does
jokes.
how much does Santa pay for a sleigh? Nothing. It's on the house.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Very good. I thought it was going to be something about too dear again, too expensive.
Well, so there's
Did you have to
there's,
explain that one, Sarah?
Joe
Yeah.
Stenhouse in the chat on LinkedIn said, "Why did the red-nosed reindeer help the old lady across the road? It would have been Rudolph him not to."
Great.
That's a Christmas cracker joke, right? That's a good
And
one.
those helpline numbers again were what?
What's
Dear.
Santa's favourite Christmas present from the EV industry?
Dunno.
Elf help books.
Fiona Ho-Howorth.
Whoa! Ding-a-ling. Well done.
What do
What
you
call
call
a snowman with a six-pack? An abdominal snowman. Well done, Mike. Sorry, Paul. It's delayed. Sorry, Paul.
No, that was it. I was going to do that.
I know. I'm sorry. There you go. Superb. Have to run. Merry Christmas. Well, I don't really want to do any more jokes, so I hate them. I don't know
let's
if
keep
I'm the
going
only
then.
one.
Yeah, coming from
I've
Sarah
asked-
Snowman.
Yes,
I've
I should have changed my name.
Oh.
Immediately change his name.
Dear.
Right, we're nearly out of time all. So I just
Thank
want to say a
goodness.
massive thank you to our wonderful guests, voted for by you,
Mhm.
our amazing audience, and to our incredible team and sponsors. We've loved sharing this year with you, and we can't wait for an even bigger, brighter, and even more electrifying 2025, starting off with that great British test drive coming in from Octopus
Ooh,
in February, I
good.
think, Fiona, if I heard correctly. So from all of us at the EV Cafe, a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and stay charged, and see you in 2025. We love you all.
We love you
Don't
guys.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Podcasts on Christmas Day